The Kingdom of Tonga consists of over 171 islands southeast of Fiji and southwest of Tahiti. Of these islands, less than 40 of them are inhabited by Tongans, the friendliest people in the world. And this will be our sailing destination for today. Welcome to the Sailing at Kingdom of Tonga. My name is Greg Cook, and I will be your host for a sailing adventure you'll never forget. Join me while we explore the islands, culture, jungles, caves, anchorages, and resorts of one of the most beautiful and remote sailing destinations in the world. The Tonga bareboat charter operations are located on the island of Vava'u, but commercial jet airlines only fly to Tongatapu, the capital of Tonga, which is 275 miles south of Vava'u. The Dateline Hotel is a good place to spend the first night in Tonga. The hotel has a pool, bar, and restaurant. It is a great place to relax and recover from your jet lag. The next morning, you will board a twin turboprop and head out for the island of Vava'u. Vava'u is just a short flight from Tongatapu. Vava'u is a paradise not only for sailing, but for excellent diving, snorkeling, fishing, and exploring the island jungles and caves. There are 50 islands in the Vava'u group, each one teeming with tropical fish living in the colorful coral reefs surrounding the islands. Although the islands are primitive compared to Tahiti or the Caribbean, most Tongans can speak both Tongan and English. The sailing charter base is located in Niuafu, which is only a short ride from the airport. On your way to the base, ask your driver to stop at the bank in Niuafu to exchange your currency to Tongan currency. Credit cards are accepted at the sailing bases and some restaurants, but it's safer to plan on using Tongan currency.
Welcome to Vava'u. This is the ANZ Bank. This is where you can change your foreign transactions. Foreign currencies, you come to us and we'll take care of you. Malo!
As you arrive at the base, you will need to know one important Tongan custom. Tipping is strongly discouraged by all. Please, no tipping or handouts. The Tongans are a proud people. If you want a reward for good service, send a gift or photograph from home. They also love Polaroids. Let's go ahead and board the yachts. When you arrive at the base, the captain and first mate will begin a thorough checkout of the systems and rigging on the yacht. Once checked out, they will attend a chart briefing which will cover the local hazards to navigation, favored anchoring spots, and forecasted weather for your sail. The moorings has a restaurant on the water, which is a good place to have lunch before you leave on your island adventure. After lunch, you can head out for your first night's anchorage at Lutuma Bay, where you can dinghy ashore for dinner at the Tongan Beach Resort. It's a short 3-mile or 45-minute run to Lutuma Bay, but make sure you follow the well-marked buoys through the channel leaving the base. It's also a great idea to bring along a GPS to help you navigate through the Tongan waters. The anchorage lies south of Lutuma Island, nestled up against Pangaimotu. It is a good place to drop anchor in roughly 25 to 30 feet of water. This bay is well protected from most winds. You can call in VHF Channel 71 to make reservations for dinner at the Tongan Beach Resort. It's only a short dinghy ride across the bay to the resort, and the food there is excellent. Well, let's meet Dieter, the owner of the Tongan Beach Resort.
Malolele, welcome to the Tongan.
My name is Dieter, and this is Seneca, my Tongan wife, and we have built this resort, the Tongan Beach Resort, for the pleasure of people that come here to recharge their batteries. And that of course includes a lot of yachties around the world.
Malolele, my name is Funaki. You're welcome to the Tongan Beach Resort.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome, Prince.
Thank you.
And what is your name?
My name is Ken, and I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Ken, you will have noticed here in Tonga we don't have sir or madam. We all call each other by first name, so you don't mind, I hope.
Of course not.
No,
Love it.
I just trust that you're not a high-flying attorney or a professor of some sort. So my name is Dieter.
Dieter,
Welcome
very
to the
pleased
Tonga.
to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, here we got tonight's menu. We got a table-tote menu, and we got 3 choices as a main course. The oven-grilled yellowfin tuna with Fijian coconut relish.
Sounds very good.
Then, for people that don't like fish, let's see. We got a tandoori chicken with a mango chutney.
Oh.
And also, we have a sirloin steak with a red wine juice. So, and the dessert on the other side, of course, we got a lime souffle, a pineapple fritters with Havana and vanilla ice cream, rich and creamy chocolate mousse, grilled pawpaw with toffee ice cream and lime curd, and the food pie of the day. So I think your people will
be very. I think they'll be very happy with
enjoy
that choice.
Yes.
Oh, what about your the things you have for sale over here? It looks like there's some beautiful native work over here.
Well, the handcrafted you see here are made by our staff and their mums and aunties and sisters. And Seneca, my wife, she's just showing a nice fan there. And there's some very nice table mats which you will see in the restaurant. And yes, it's all there. The tapa cloth I can't show you just now, but we can have a look at that in the room, because our rooms are decorated with the tapa cloth, which is a Tongan specialty. Well, this is a Tongan tapa cloth. It's made of a mulberry tree. Women work as a team, and quite often you hear in the villages the sound of a tapa beating. Then each woman got their own design, and they paint these tapa cloth with natural colors. You saw a cloth in the shop, and I'd just like to give you a little trick how to put it up. This is actually stapled on some soft board or pin-up board, and we just got 4 screws, and it feels good, and it's just like a painting. If you can take it off, unscrew it, repaint the wall, and screw it back on again. So it's a very nice, also lends itself for bed heads. We use it as bed heads and so on.
Well, as you can see, the Tongan Beach Resort is yachty friendly, and it's a great place to enjoy your first night out from the base for cocktails and dinner. Thank you, Dieter, for your hospitality. The next morning you can set sail for the Swallows Cave on the northeast corner of Kapa Island. Kapa Island is just about the center of the Vavu Island group. One of the things you'll quickly learn about the Vavu group of islands is that the islands are close together. When traveling between islands, you can get there quickly or spend several hours sailing up and down the channel. The sail from Pangaimotu to Kapa Island is an easy one and well worthwhile. Kapa Island is a large island with 2 good anchorages and several small islands nearby for dinghy exploring and snorkeling. Welcome to Kapa Island's Swallows Cave. This cave is easy to dinghy or swim into on any relatively calm day. Although named the Swallows Cave, it is actually inhabited not by swallows, but by hundreds of swiftlets that nest in the upper reaches of the cave. The colors of the walls in water are spectacular. The bottom depth of the cave is over 80 meters, which makes it an excellent dive and snorkeling site. With the lights shining through the entrance, the crystal clear water visibility is typically an incredible 50 meters or more. For the more adventurous, you can tie your dinghy to one of the rocks in the back of the cave and swim back into the far reaches where you can climb up into and explore the dry caverns. This is dangerous and you could injure yourself, so be careful. But if you decide to try it, you will be in for a treat. Now let's hear what Chris has to say about the snorkeling in the Swallow's Cave.
Fabulous! There's a cave, an underwater cave you can dive into. There's several of them. I don't know where they go, but it's spectacular. There's thousands of fish. It's really great.
As Chris mentioned, there are thousands of tropical fish in the waters of Tonga, and the snorkeling is exceptional. There are a few hazards, however, that you should be aware of. As in any ocean, avoid swimming at night and avoid wearing jewelry. A good practice while snorkeling is to swim and not step on the ocean bottom. This helps avoid stepping on such painful things as sea urchins or stonefish or brushing up against fire coral. Now that we are back on the boat, we're off to the Blue Lagoon on the north shore of the little island of Foiota, which is just south of the big island of Hunga. The islands in the Vavu group are close together, which provides protection from large swells. Navigation is relatively simple, but it is important to study your charts for potential hazards, especially before entering an anchorage. The entrance to Foiota Anchorage, where the Blue Lagoon bar and restaurant are located, are well marked on the charts. But here's some local knowledge the charts don't tell you about. Foiota Anchorage is a day anchorage, but they do have 4 moorings. Always check with the local charter companies to verify that it is safe to use the moorings, and if they give the okay, be sure you have one of them reserved before entering into the anchorage. Anchoring is not a good alternative. It's also a good idea to call the Blue Lagoon restaurant while you're outside of the reef and ask them to send their skiff out to guide you through the channel. Well, let's go ashore and meet the family who owns and runs the Blue Lagoon restaurant.
Malay Lele, you're welcome to our home. Malay Lele, mau fia mau mai ke mau abi. Welcome to our home. Fia mo tak lo ko tuaki. Malay Lele. Welcome to Blue Lagoon, Kingdom of Tonga. My name is Martha. I'm happy with my family, for you can come and join us for dinner. We save up for a cocktail drink and we have different dishes. We are really happy with my family together to join you. Thank you very much.
The Blue Lagoon serves an excellent dinner and you will get a chance to enjoy real Tongan hospitality. Don't miss the chance to walk around the island and experience the varied beaches and the trails through the jungle. The jungles of Tonga Islands are easy to hike through, and the best news is that they don't have any snakes.
Hi, I'm Alex Freyson.
And I'm Cindy Grayson.
How you guys doing? We're part of the Marina Sailing Flotilla. We're here at the Blue Lagoon in Tonga. Absolutely gorgeous place. We are part of 3 other boats that came here, and just soaking up the beauty of this outstanding view.
It's a bit of paradise.
Right here for you.
As we say goodbye to the Blue Lagoon, we can't help but feel that we've just met some of the warmest and friendliest people on Earth. Now we are heading for Vakaitu Island, which is a good anchorage and a great place to explore the island jungle. Vakaitu is a good overnight anchorage, but you need to pay attention to your charts when sailing there from Foiota. There are reefs to the left of Lape Island, so the approach is to the right of Lape, then stay close to Lape and well away from Kulu Island on entering the anchorage. Anchoring depth is from 30 to 40 feet. As we sail towards Vakaitu, I would like to talk about the Tongan climate. The best time to sail in Tonga is from May to November. Although you can expect rain squalls year-round, the rainy season in Tonga is from December through April. The cyclone season is from November through April. And I recommend to avoid the hot and humid season, which runs from late October through April. With regards to the winds, you can expect them to average 15 knots year-round, except during squalls, storms, and cyclones. Taking all of this in mind, it's a good idea to sail in Tonga from May to October. But even during the peak season, you can get rough weather, so it's a good idea to check the weather on the VHF every morning. Welcome to the anchorage at Vaki'itu Island. Vaki'itu is about 400 acres wide and is covered with lush tropical vegetation with marvelous secluded beaches, crystal clear waters, and turquoise lagoons. If you like to explore islands, this is a place for you. It's a short hike from the anchorage to the Papau Village Resort, which is being restored in the traditional style of a typical local village by two Austrians, Stefan and Michaela Mitterbacher, who have made Vaki'itu Island their home.
Welcome to Vaki'itu Island. This is where Papau Village Resort is located. My name is Stefan, that's my wife Michaela.
Hi.
We're coming from Austria and running the place for a little bit more than 1 year. We're just about to renovate everything here and we'll be open again in June. And hopefully all the cruisers can join us then, having a drink, enjoying the sunset on the western side of the island and having dinner or whatever they like.
Michaela and Stefan are friendly hosts, and they are glad to point out trails that wind through the jungle to pristine white sandy beaches. One of the things we learned on this island is to carefully mark your trailhead when leaving the jungle to hike on the beach. Without adequate markings, you won't be able to find your trail back to the anchorage, and you'll end up, as we did, wandering aimlessly through the jungle. The good thing is that it is an island, and therefore you can't get seriously lost. No matter which direction you head, you'll eventually end up back at your anchorage. When you return from hiking in the Vaki'itu jungle, there's no better way to cool off than to swim through the crystal clear tropical waters back to your yacht. Our next destination is Mauno Island, a small island located just a short distance southeast of Vaki'itu Island. Mauno is surrounded by tropical reefs and white sandy beaches, which are great for snorkeling, swimming, exploring, or just lazing on the beach. This island is a home of the Mauno Island Resort, which offers 4 moorings to yachties, and since overnight anchoring isn't safe, you'll want to reserve one of them if you plan to spend the night. 2 New Zealanders run the island resort, and they cater to guests staying on shore, and therefore yachties should have a backup plan to eat on your yacht if you can't get reservations for dinner ashore. Our next stop is Sisia Island, a spectacular day anchorage northeast of Mauno. There is a reef surrounding Sisia Island about 50 yards offshore, so it is best to anchor outside the reef where you will find a sandy bottom, which provides good holding. From the yacht, it's a short swim to the reef where you can snorkel among the tropical fish and beautiful coral. Ernie, how was it?
It was really good. A lot of pretty coral, a lot of new growth there, a lot of fish, a lot of moorish idols, a lot of neons. It's pretty.
Oh, great. From Sisia Island, it's an easy sail to Lisa Beach on Pangai-Motu, where the local natives offer a Tongan feast. Timing is everything, especially if you want to attend a Tongan feast, for they are only offered on Thursdays at Lisa Beach, and reservations early in the week through your charter company or tourist bureau are a must. Pangai-Motu is a large island connected to Vava'u by a causeway at Ahanga Passage. Lisa Beach is an excellent anchorage with very good holding in its sand bottom. When going to the Tongan feast, you are reminded that Tongans are conservative dressers. By law, Tongans are required to dress modestly, in keeping with strict fundamentalist Christian ideals. When exploring a populated island or attending a Tongan feast, men, including yachties, are required to wear a shirt. At the feast, long pants are also recommended. Women are expected to cover their shoulders and chest and wear long pants, or at least cover their legs to their knees with a conservative dress. The rules are more relaxed for yachties during the day at the beach, but Tongan women generally don't swim in bathing suits. Instead, they swim in whatever they are wearing. The Tongan fiesta today is a far cry from 100 years ago, when the local custom was to eat the guest of honor. Cannibalism was a common practice until missionaries convinced the Tongans that eating your guest was frowned upon by most societies. This was a difficult habit for Tongans to change, and a few missionaries became the main course while trying to convince them to alter their ways. But today, you can enjoy the Tongan feast without the fear of being eaten. Today, Tongans spend several days preparing for the feast. While the men fish for food, the women of the family weave mats, hats, clothing, baskets, belts, and serving trays, and offer these quality souvenirs at very reasonable prices. The Tongan feast includes scallops, fish, pork, chicken, lobster, clams, fruit, and local vegetables, all served in a traditional Tongan style. There is always more food than you can eat, and all of it is excellent. The fish and meats are wrapped in leaves like presents, so opening each item is like an adventure. The meal is served on woven coconut leaves, and you can sit on woven mats. In Tonga, you do as the Tongans do at the feast. You will eat with your fingers. Forks are not an option. The music and dance in the feast is great. The Tongans really go all out for their feast, and it's a highlight of any Tongan sailing experience. Our next destination is Port Moral on the west side of Kappa Island. Port Moral is a well-protected anchorage, except in strong blows from the northwest. Port Moral is named after Don Francisco Moral, the first European to visit Vava'u. Port Moral is surrounded by land on three sides and provides excellent anchorage in 20 to 35 feet of water. When anchoring, you need to anchor far enough out to avoid the many coral heads which are close to the beach. When Richard returned to the yacht, he told tales of a fierce wild animal who attacked him on the trail. He told us that he tried to run away, but he was no match for this huge man-eating beast. We all know that Richard is known to exaggerate sometimes. This is a beautiful bay surrounded by white sandy beaches and lush tropical plant life. There is plenty of space for several yachts to anchor without feeling crowded. There is good snorkeling on the coral heads near the shore surrounding the bay, and the hiking through the jungle on the native trails is spectacular. There is a price to pay for the lush green jungles of the South Pacific, and that price is that it does rain. You need to be prepared for those warm rain squalls, and for us, that means to invite the crews from the other boats over for a party. We look forward to the rain, especially in the evenings, because we collect it from the bimini top and the dinghy and fill several trash bags full of rainwater, which we later use for washing clothes and dishes. Conserving your fresh water helps avoid returning to the base for unnecessary refills of your water tanks. Our next destination is Uiki Island, which is located southeast of Kappa Island. Uiki Island is a lunchtime day anchorage which consists of a lush tropical jungle surrounded by powdery white sandy beaches. If the winds are blowing or there is a strong current, it is a good idea to have one of your crew members stay on the yacht and maintain anchor watch while your exploration party goes ashore to explore the island. Once ashore, your crew can explore the island jungle or just walk along the beautiful secluded white sandy beaches and just enjoy the afternoon sun. Leaving the beach, you get to explore what some refer to as Jurassic Park, one of the few remaining prehistoric forests of ginkgo trees. The most common plant you will see in the jungle is a coconut palm, which represents a tree of life for all South Pacific natives. As you hike through the jungle, above you will notice a spectacular canopy of vegetation, all fighting to get their share of the valuable life-giving rays from the sun. Since the island is small, once you leave the jungle, it's just a short walk in either direction to return to your yacht. After lunch, we set sail for Lutuma Bay, where we'll spend our final night on the yacht. Upon arrival at Lutuma Anchorage, we join up with one of the other yachts of the Marina Sailing Flotilla for an afternoon party. Marina Sailing is Southern California's largest sailboat charter company, which provides members sailing instruction from beginning sailing to advanced coastal cruising. After completing their sailing lessons, members begin chartering 26 to 30-foot yachts for local day sails and graduate to larger yachts and multi-day trips to the coastal islands of Catalina, Anacapa, and Santa Cruz. With this training and experience, they can become a captain of one of the yachts of a flotilla to Tonga, Tahiti, British Virgin Islands, or other exotic islands. Inexperienced sailors can join these flotillas as crew members where they get to experience local or world cruising while developing their sailing skills. There's no better way to make lifelong friends than to join a sailing flotilla to explore exotic islands around the world.
Hi, we're at the Tongan Beach Resort. This is our last night. This is a Blue Dolphin. We've had a fabulous time. Cheers!
Well, as we enjoy our last dinner at the Tongan Beach Resort before returning back to the base at Vava'u, it's time to share our stories of sailing, snorkeling, caving, and exploring the beautiful islands of the Kingdom of Tonga. I have enjoyed sharing this adventure with you, and I look forward to seeing you on a future flotilla. Thank you, and malo.
Thank you.